Hey folks, my name is Jen, and today we're going to do a book tag. So the tag I want to do today is called the 80s movie book tag. I do not have info on who created it yet. I found it on a book blog by Kristen at Kristen Craves Books, but I will search around and I will try to find the creator, and I will leave that in the description box down below so you can see that. I wanted to do this tag because my birthday was this past week, and something that we did for my birthday was watch my favorite movie of all time, Back to the Future. I'm going to maybe watch 2 and 3 soon as well. And yeah, I'm a fan of 80s movies. I have seen quite a few of them. And yeah, so I want to do this tag, so let's just get into it. So, the first prompt is A Nightmare on Elm Street, a book that kept you up all night. So for this one, I don't actually have a copy of this book because I'm never going to read it again. And it is Pet Sematary by Stephen King. That is the only book that has ever given me actual nightmares. And yeah, it gave me nightmares and it kept me up pretty late because I was freaking out about it. So yeah, I have never seen either adaptation of it, and I do not plan on it either. As for the Nightmare on Elm Street, I think I've seen that one. I know I've seen either number 3 or number 4. But I think I might have also seen the original. Or at least I've seen parts of it. And it's creepy. I don't really go for slashers anymore. But yeah. Next prompt is The Princess Bride, a wonderfully quotable book. So for this, I'm going to say, well, I'm using Hatful of Sky by Terry Pratchett as an example. Discworld in general is pretty quotable. The Tiffany Aching series, like those 5 books that deal with like Tiffany Aching specifically within the series, are so quotable. The We Free Men is definitely, I think, the most quotable out of the bunch. I absolutely adore that one. But this is book 2 in that offshoot, and also, as you can see by all the corners bent down, extremely quotable. Wintersmith is as well. It's just, yeah, so good. Terry Pratchett is so good. I adore The Princess Bride. It is some of the funniest shit. I love it so much. Next prompt is Ferris Bueller's Day Off, a character who loves breaking the rules. So for this, I'm gonna go with Sahara by Clive Cussler. But honestly, any of the Dirk Pitt novels would work because Dirk Pitt and his best friend Al Giordano are both kind of rule breakers. I mean, they try to follow like laws and shit like that as much as possible, but sometimes they will definitely do things that they're technically not supposed to do for pretty valid good reasons. But yeah, I would say he's not always a major rule follower in general. I actually watched Ferris Bueller for the first time ever either earlier this year or it was some point last year. It was alright. I honestly don't know where all the hype was about though. So, next prompt is When Harry Met Sally, a couple that took an eternity to get together. So, because of spoilers, I'm not going to mention the other person in the couple, but Toru and who Toru ends up with in Fruits Basket by Natsuki Takaya, yeah, it felt like that was the slowest burn ever, and yeah, definitely worth it though. So I really love When Harry Met Sally. That is one of my comfort films. Next prompt is Back to the Future, a book involving time travel. So there are a couple of time travel books on my shelves, but the one I'm going to talk about is So Close to You by Rachel Carter. This is actually part of a duology. And this involves a girl investigating this like secret base that was used in like the 40's and has to do with like time travel and time travel involving her own family. It is pretty atmospherically creepy and kind of cool. Like I said before, Back to the Future is my favorite movie of all time, and all three of them are my favorite movies of all time. I absolutely love them. Just like everything about them. I love them, the movies themselves, the tropes, the actors and actresses within it, the music. I love Alan Silvestri's music. Like, I love it all. I love it all. Next prompt is Pretty in Pink, a character with a unique style. So, in movies, someone having a unique style is like pretty obvious because it's a visual media. And like a book, it's a little harder to kind of nail down what someone's style is, if it's unique or odd or anything like that. And for the most part, I don't really remember a lot of what characters are described as wearing unless it made a really big impression on me, like Lila Bard's outfit when she decides to, like, you know, get into the piratey stuff. Like, but that, I mean, I wouldn't exactly consider that, like, super unique, though. Interesting and kind of cool, but I don't know, I guess unique's not the word that comes to mind for that. The only thing that really popped into my head is a character that's in Truly Devious. So, yeah, there's like a side character in here, and oh, what is her name? I think it's Ellie. Yeah, it's Ellie. I don't particularly like this character. Like, I don't particularly like her in general. And the descriptions of her, like, the things that she chooses to wear and the way that she chooses to act just is, like, really over the top, and it almost seems like she's kind of trying too hard and doing things as, like, with a purpose of just doing them to always be the center of attention or contrarian or, you know, in this certain type of way. And, like, maybe it's because I've known people like that and find them really annoying that I also found this character annoying, and her sense of style, if that's what you can even call it, annoying. So it's probably, that's the closest I can come up with, is some random side character. Pretty in Pink is, it wasn't that bad of a John Hughes flick. I think I prefer Breakfast Club, and I really don't like 16 Candles, because it's like, there's some problematic shit in there. But, yeah, I guess Pretty in Pink is not too bad. I don't like the ending of Pretty in Pink, but I like the rest of the movie. Yeah. The next prompt is The Karate Kid. Favorite book involving the training/mentoring trope. So, I think for this one, I'm gonna go with the Nevermore series by Jessica Townsend. This has to do with, like, a lot of, like, kids being kind of mentored and trained in their specialties, and, you know, it's got like a magic school atmosphere, and I love a good magic school atmosphere, so yeah. The Karate Kid is classic. I do really also like The Karate Kid too. But yeah, The Karate Kid's just, I mean, it's not the best, but it's still it's still a pretty good action flick, and you gotta love Pat Morita. He was a treasure, and yeah, I went through a major, like, martial arts movie phase when I was a kid, and I loved it, and yeah, it's not too bad. Next prompt is Die Hard, a book with a trip that doesn't go as planned. I think we all know that The Odyssey by Homer was a trip that definitely did not go as planned. Dude was like 20 years late. I mean, really. Die Hard is actually a movie that I haven't seen. Or I haven't seen the original movie. from the 80s. I saw whatever number it was up to. Is it like 3 or 4? In like the early 2000s. Whatever that one was. I saw that in theaters with my folks, I believe. But yeah, I haven't seen the original. I've seen like parts of it. Like everybody's seen like different parts of it. You know, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. But I definitely do plan on trying to watch that soon. Next prompt is Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. A book with a central character's name in the title. For this, I'm going with Anna Dressed in Blood by Kendara Blake. Anna. Also, this is pretty spooky. It's a pretty spooky duology, and I recommend it. Indiana Jones. I love all of those movies. I honestly even love Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, although it goes completely and utterly off the rails. But there's just something so cheesy about it that I still kind of love it. And I adore Harrison Ford, so I'll pretty much watch anything with that crazy guy in it. Next prompt is Dirty Dancing. A female character who comes out of her shell. I don't know if you would really consider it fully coming out of her shell, but there's some character growth, considerable amount of character growth in the series. That would be Princess Mia in the Princess Diaries series by Meg Cabot. This is book 9? Yeah, book 9, Princess Mia. And yeah, she, over the course of the series, she kind of goes from this very extremely self-conscious, extremely dramatic, little bit shy, like, person into someone who is able to like take on a leadership role and kind of grow and become her own person and speak her mind and stuff. And it's a really, there's some really good growth that happens for her over the series. Dirty Dancing. Yeah, I mean, I love it. Love the music from it. Like the movie. I can't dance really at all, but I like watching movies where other people are dancing. Next prompt is Top Gun, a death that took you by surprise. So for this one, I think there can only be one answer, and that is the last Harry Potter book, and that would be, I'm just gonna say it because at this point people have either read it, seen the movies, or you don't plan on reading it because of the author, but Hedwig. Like, what the fuck was that? That came out of nowhere. It was a throwaway line. It was just nothing. And that, I think, out of everything that happened within that series, that is the loss that shocked me the most and made me, I think, the most angry. So, yeah. Top Gun is actually, that's another 80s flick that I have not seen. And I don't know if I will see it. I really don't like Tom Cruise. Next prompt is E.T., an ending that left you both happy and sad. I really, really had to think about this one. Because there's a lot of books that leave me just totally gutted or kind of happy, but like there's like a little bit of tears there because like an emotional happy or something, because hormones, I hate them. But I think I'm gonna have to say Seance Tea Party by Raymana Yee, because this is so bittersweet and this definitely left me sad, like gutted. But there's other aspects of it because it's like it is really the perfect ending for this graphic novel, and so it also made me really happy too, because there's something about it that's just so warm and nice. But yeah, it's a very bittersweet book, but so beautiful and so worth it. this is my E.T. doll that a cousin brought me when I was very small, and I love him, and I love E.T., and it makes me sad and happy and cry, but I love it. I think I was one of those maybe rare kids that watched it when they were like 5 or 6 and didn't get entirely traumatized by E.T. Like, legit, I had a cousin who was younger than me who my mom had to take this away and hide it because my cousin kept screaming and crying every time she saw it, and I was like, what is wrong with you? He's cute and he's just a doll. I don't know. I like E.T. Aliens don't really scare me that much. And that was actually the last prompt. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, I will find who the creator was and I will leave a link down to that below. If I can't, or even if I do, I'll also leave a link to the book blog that I found it on, so you can see that. And yeah, if you are interested in this tag, definitely do this too. Let me know if any of those movies actually are something that you also really love. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you for always watching. If you would like to subscribe, please do so. I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend, wherever you're at, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!